This day 1122 Arukh HaShulchan Yomi. Today we're supposed to do Simon Kuf Hey Sif Samach Zayin to Simon Kuf Vav Sif Gimel. But yesterday, for some reason, I left out Simon Kuf Hey Sif Samach Vav. So we're going to have to start from Samach Vav today. Apologize for that mistake. So without any further ado, Samach Vav. Torah Pashtu. It's a simple matter. The session is the session by Isa Malicha Yachan Isa Beheter. The provision of selling together Isa and Heter. Bamadvar when it's the Shuk Shishnei Meluchim when they're both salted. Isa Malicha or the also piece is salted. I feel like the tafel even if the mutter piece is not salted. I feel my Heter Maliach, but if the Heter one is salted by Isa tafel and the Isa piece is not salted, and all you have to do is rinse. Even if the Isser is lying on it. You don't say that the bottom part side of the Isser becomes salty from the upper part of the Heter. By this touching, it doesn't become salty. Those who forbid if they touch each other. Have say. We can live in a place where there is a loss, even a small loss, evidently, because not hefsei mubar, hefsei gadol. The primary opinion is the first opinion, which is that all grads is adacha. Siman ayin is barza ayin. Sham is clarifying siman ayin before. Samach zayim. Zesha sanim be'isam aliach beheter that which you forbade. When the Isser is salted and the Heter is unsalted, so if it's fatty, it answers up to 60. Zeu dafka b'kshaya Isser maluach lemata. It's interesting to say we tato gavar even by salting, not just by cooking. The salt is below, by Heter Tofel Mala, and the unsalted Heter above. The Kaimala Tato Gavar, keep it by salting. I will Heter Tofel Mata, but if the unsalted Heter was below, Mala, and the salted Issa was on top, ain't also El Klipa, only answers a peel. Yesh, those who argue, and they hold, which would make sense, the Chayra. The maliach lo shachta togavar. By salted, there's no such thing as upper and lower. Doesn't make a difference. The oil maliach mavliya batafel. In all cases, the salted emits and into the tafel, which absorbs and not vice versa. The reason is because specifically by boiling on a fire, there's a difference. That which overcomes the other one, either heats it up or cools it down. Told us, or that is what happens by heating with fire. But by salting, there is no capacity in the one which is tafel, which is not salted, to negate the power of the salting, whether it's on the top or the bottom. Also, there is no power in the salted one to make the unsalted one salty. That's the way salting works. It only can be canceled by rinsing. Okay, I'm not sure exactly what he wants by that. But regardless, he's not being machriya here. But if they're both salted, then it doesn't matter which is top, which is bottom in any event. So he's not machriya about the issue whether tato gavar is relevant or not. Okay, samachay. Sorry. Ein malicha el bochim. Malicha only applies to food, and not to vessels. Klamar the kliya baluaba vessel which is absorbed. I feel issa deraisa, even it's a Torah prohibition. V'ibas yoyim, it's on this within 24 hours of mocha, but over heter. and they salted something mutter in there, lo ne'asara heter. Heter does not become aser. But the principle is that malicha works on foodstuffs, but not on that which is absorbed into the vessel. Even though we wrote that in terms of the uh, uh, emission, let's call it here, of the issa below without even without sauce. It's more severe by a keli them from food. That's when the fire is coming from. There's when the heat is coming from fire. Such but not by the heat which comes from salting. Furthermore, the kind of ishtam achel haker. So as we lean here, so he's by the kol iser tofel. Anytime that the iser is not salty, heter maliyah and the heter is salty, eno otzer doesn't answer. But gankin kenu. It's the same thing. Shakli shababalu iser utfela. The keli is not salty. The heter is salty. Eno otzer therefore doesn't answer. So the margla b'fiak poiskim lamar emelichal kelim. That's what the poiskim mean when they say emelichal kelim. The salt doesn't affect it because it's the salt that's on the heter, not on the iser. Such as so much the tafkal aflimi akeli ein lamelchal. Okay, but still it sounds like only to cause an emission from the vessel, the salt does not have the power. Avol avliya bekeli, but to cause iser to be absorbed by the keli yesh bakach the melicha does the power. Mochel davar iser b'kli. Such if they salted the davar iser in a vessel, nesar keli v'ashabo heter. Now let's use the keli to cook heter. For a beer davar rabbinu b'seisim sifra agadol siman samachtes inam b'vur sham. The Seisim explains it in samachtes in terms of that's what's described there. The malach b'kli shenim nukov, if you salted meat in a vessel which is not doesn't have holes in it, also shtamish also kli davar tzech. You can't use that vessel for something which is hot. Even though melicha b'kelim, once there's the melicha was mavliya in the keli, can't use the keli for hot with a heter. That which you say melicha kelim means, I just said, that the balua does not come out by melicha, but it does absorb through salting. Which is absorbed does not come out by melicha, but does come out by cooking. Therefore, masuk vinos with fusei kutim. If you made cheese in the molds of non-Jews, they're within 24 hours of their use for treif. The cheese is very salty. The cheese don't become aser. There's no salt for kelim. That's true also. If heter was salted in a treif vessel, which is within 24 hours of its past use, I feel like I claim menucha, even the vessel's not salted. So the brine can drain from it. Doesn't matter. Salting is not like heat, like boiling so much that it should cause an emission from the vessel. I should talk of that which is absorbed within it. If you did it, it's not, but you shouldn't do it deliberately. Because those who hold the yesh kelim that there is salting for vessels, even though we don't accept that, nevertheless, it's preferable to take them into account. He brings down here in the brackets the Rav Yos over the yesh kelim. Shita who chose the yesh kelim is the Rav Yos. When you salt the meat in a kli which had no drainage, Nesar Clay and Kayla became Osir. The Bisham Yesh Otam. There's another reason. I did a Torah the Miflat Lo Bala. Since it's I guess you're salting over again another piece of meat, right? And since the meat is Torah to Maflit, it's too involved in emitting, it's not going to draw. For Gam Ainli Shol, also you can't ask why do we allow much later? We allow to salt in trade vessels. Mishum yayin nesach, if they're asked because of yayin nesach, or litem be'em shar mashkim, or they're putting them other beverages on sham. Mishum darabeit var mikilu b'yayin. But why they're making many things? Mishum bliyasim b'tzoni, because its absorption took place when the wine was cold. Shuvas Rashba he tilli blach b'asar b'chlisha machlis b'yayin akiyim. Rashba even allows you to salt meat in a vessel which they stored yayin nesach. Yayin sham. Enough. V'chein gankim melech or tavlin nesuni b'kar shabosar. Also salt or spices which are in a fleshik plate. Without number chalav, you're allowed to put them into a milchik dish. So it's true also there in treif vessel. Mutar says some matar tav should be put into a cooked dish deliberately. Mechashim yaveshim, since they are dry, ain't shayach cloud. Shivlu me'akeli. It's not possible they're going to absorb from the vessel. Bacha kli tiye nekiya, as long as the vessel is clean. Then isur davak ba, and there is no isur clinging to it. If the salt and if the spices are moist, oh, rak mutter. It's only b'diavad permissible. Mitam the aim l'chol kelim, it's b'diavad. It's okay because aim l'chol kelim, but l'chatchila not like the Rav Yoel, who have a kadir kodem like sif ayin. Milam machar b'chol zetavel bracha. Let me say to you, machar and all this is a wonderful thing. Right, it's sim pechesh. You know, koisel yosem kli melach lebosif neatzel chav neatzel all vayim zos a minute. To have separate salt shakers for fleshik and milchik, actually salt cellars, not salt. The shakers could be different. They should come upon definitely on basar that's more milk, because sometimes you dip the meat itself in the salt. Again, that's not about a salt shaker, it's about a salt cellar. I'm based melech abalua bidam. You have salt which has absorbed blood. It can go mlichos basar, such when you salt and meat. You put into a pot. Put into a pot salted meat without rinsing it. You have 60 corresponding to the salt mutter. It's not enough to have 60 corresponding to the blood which is absorbed in the salt. So why should the salt become usher? Because we don't know how much blood it absorbs. If there's 60 mutter, even though salt gives a taste in the pot, obviously milk also machmas atzos, it's salt not also in and of itself. Machmas dam shetocho, but only because of the blood within it. Any place where the isser itself cannot travel. The thing which does become usher is not more chomer than the thing that answers it. It's obviously there's many times when any pot, most times, it says all the times, there is a pot, in all pots, there's going to be 60 corresponding to the salt. There's more salt than 160, they wouldn't be able to eat the dish. Too much salt. Salt in which you put blood in order to bleach it. You do that because it's in kuflam without much is mitzvah nation of God because it gives a bad taste. I am sham. The one that was asked on salt, which they treat it with blood from treif blood. And the bracket says it's not to salt it, but to preserve it. I know that salt needs preserving. I'm not sure exactly what I'm talking about here. I feel below bottle. That's mamid here. Salt makes it solid. Means somehow it solidifies the salt. He says, if it's davar mamid, I feel below bottle. If it's davar mamid, it's something which solidifies. It's not bottle. But that's only to eat it as is. Go on the top of a bait so it's on it. It's no like to dip an egg or a radish into it. But tavshil mix it into a cooked dish. Mutter l'chatchila b'shas adchak. It's mutter in l'chatchila, but it's shas adchak. You have no choice. L'shak b'zeh eval isur l'chatchila. There's no issue here of eval isur l'chatchila. She'ein kavanas about this. You didn't have a mind to negate the isur. Kosh kamein adam bilvad ma'amid, especially the blood itself is not sole agent which solidifies. Shesh odavar ma'amido. There's something else which also solidifies. Havalei zev is agorim. Both things are contributing, and zev is agorim is mutar b'cholayim. As long as each thing by itself does not do the full process, it's mutar. V'gam im ha'esh gorein gam kilamora. Also, even the fire also helps for the solidifying. Havalei esh v'dam zev is agorim. The fire and the blood are both make it zev is agorim mutar. It's going to be permitted. Brackets means that this is Shuvas Ramami Pano, Simukov Chesed, Bio Prichodesh, subsequent that it's going to the Prichodesh agrees with Ramami Pano. Ad Kan Simukov He, Kufei, Simukova, Pirte Dinim, Binim, Bito Shishim, as heroes Bizeh. The specific Allah is about Bito Shishim and being meticulous about this. Afghan is Bible Sim inside based on Rasha, Torah, Shonah, Pascal, Lomi, and Khaticha, Nasis, Vev, Shari, Sorin. All those pasuk you don't see chanam by the isur except for basar chalav. He said gam yichatichas basar bola isur going this if a piece of meat absorb isur. Ve'em yichatichas shishnu about the isur, and the piece itself does not have a 60 to cancel the isur. The nasa became usur b'chakar nafla chatichas de'achers. Then fell to another pot. And so shar shishim makder nego. You don't need 60 in the piece in the rest of the pot that corresponding to the entire piece. El neged isur below, but only corresponding to isur which is absorbed in it. Piece of yishvol, Marco. This is a logic to say. The piece itself also goes back to being kosher again. It's a nifla mimenu tocha there in this bottle of shishim. Since Isser gets diffused from in his bottle in 60. That's called efshel sochto mutter. And that's what he's about to say. There's a machlekes efshel sochto. It's a funny way of putting it. It's really the machlekes is whether efshel sochto or not, whether you can squeeze it out or not, whether it can be squeezed out or not. But the way it's put always is if efshel sochto is usher mutter. And two sides of the same coin, right? It's one thing, right? If you hold efshel sochto usher, then chanan. If you hold efshel sochto mutter, then no chanan, because obviously it can be recycled out. The kemet shabas kolomi chatich nasveil. So these pasuk you don't say chanan b'shari. So we made efshel sochto mutter. So we assume that you can squeeze out the isser. It can be diffused in the rest of the pot. Because the chatich l'ashera. And the piece goes back to being kosher. Bremis came pasuk ben ben yosef sham. See if down is el sham. The place says pakabatz goes in. V'lom chatich nasveil basar b'chalav. The chadan is only basar b'chalav. V'lo b'shayis not by other prohibitions. Kon gazayis chelev should be nivla b'chatich. Such as gazayis of chelev which is absorbed in the piece. Vein was shish badlo. Then have 60 negative and nesem came also. Chara b'shon acher so he cooked it with other pieces. And so shishim kedei gazayis of chelev. You only need 60 corresponding to gazayis of the chelev. As I feel chatich atzma. Even then, the piece itself, Chosesios materials goes back to become mutter again. A kalshon. Whereas kan rishon, Mesif Chav Gimel, the Besiman Zel Lokas of Kain. He doesn't write this way. Ayin Shub Shidratz the Shon Kasav Das a Tur Besiman Zer. They wrote according to being the Tur. Shabbat Mesvili Kain. He talk also with the Chosesios like Sher. The piece goes back in kosher. Chan Kasav Das a Rashba. Rashba holds differently. This really the Chadir on the Eretz Bisura. Piece becomes still remains also. Shami Siga Lover Azal. And it's Ra'ah Tainas on this Rashba. Rashba throws bites in the Ra'ah in his critique of the Bedek Abais. Chetor Yisiga Lover Simon Zeh. And the Torah also Tainir on him. And Rashba, Moshe's boys have the Shema as we shall explain. Beis Zel Shona Torah. So he says, Kosam Rashba. Says, Abi Sheikh Dichosh Bali Yisra Nasivil. You know, those say Chanam Bishari Suin. Ve'ena Oseres. Elfi Cheshma Yisra Shibon. That's according to the proportion of Isra within it. Nevertheless, it falls into a pot which has 60 to negate the isser which is absorbed in. The piece does not go back to its original state to be material. Because the prohibition in it it doesn't get completely regurgitated. It does get mixed in proportionally to the heter in the pot. That's because it's a piece, solid. But something which is mixed and dissolves. Blood fall, etc. falls into its source, which is mutar. And it's also because of the minority of blood. And then there became more sauce in the pot of heter. To negate all of the blood. Mutter. That's mitzvah. Everything gets mixed together. And this gets mixed in the heter. I don't understand his words. Okay, that was all the Rashba. Now the Torah is saying, I don't know what he's talking about. The Shekem Shakom Mitzvah says everything joins the Vatlet. Means that taste gets diffused all the entire pot. Since it gets diffused out the entire pot, it can't just bottom. So even in the chaticha it should be bottom. How come it's on the Torah? Gimel. Because of all of Rabbeinu Rabbeinu says the Sifra Agadov is Elshon. It separates Vayneil Mer Sheni Mevi and Divrei Rabbeinu. I understand the Torah. Because of the Kemesh Hakom Mitzvah Vatlo Koran Time is Baba Kulo. Right, since everything joins together to be Mavatl it, so therefore the taste must diffuse throughout all of it. When I call time Yisra Belu B'Chatichos is Bata B'Chol Chatichos. Meaning all the taste of this prohibition is which is absorbed in this piece is brought on all the pieces. Now Lomar Kain, how can you say this? Because it requires 60 corresponding to the entire prohibition. Ein mishum raya, that's not proof. The feeling baralano shana kom is pashed misbalbel, even though even if it's clear to us that it doesn't all expand and diffuse. On what sicham shishim gedagakula requires 60 corresponding to all of it. In gabi chal, it says by the kavi utters, but the day misharinon. We go by the entirety of the chal and assume it's all made of milk. Even by nothing we name idea because how do we know how much milk comes out of the chal? V'chinam dekavaso. Here it's the same thing. That we don't know. Since we don't know, we have to assume the entire chaticha is also. Vade divi Rashba ikar, so Rashba's primary akal shono. So B'shulchan Aruch came. Shono. B'shulchan Aruch passes this way as well. This way it says chaticha shabala iser, a piece which absorbed iser of embol shishavat does have 60 to negate it. So if it fell into a larger pot, and it says that if you cheshbon iser shabah. Only that's according to the reckoning of the iser, which is hashim yesh be masha geder mitzuraf ima chaticha atzma shishim. Okay, the iser abaluaba mutar. So this is if you have 60, the entire pot corresponding to iser. Since we don't say chanan, so you only need to battle the iser, not the entire piece, right? Mutar mashbetera avol hachaticha atzma asura. Piece itself is asur. It's just about any flat metal gamre. It does not completely leave, and we don't know how much is left. As opposed to where it's a case where something is completely liquid and diffuses throughout the taroves ad kan l'shono. Okay, and we'll go on tomorrow to see what the Arukh HaShulchan has to say about that.